his church, and his graveside. Do you know the name of the avenue that we're on?
It was, or no.
All right, let me give you a clue, and I want somebody to raise their hand. Alabama won the National Football Championship a couple of years ago, and there's another school in the same state that Cam Newton went to.
Auburn.
Auburn? Okay, so on what avenue were we on?
Auburn Avenue.
That's a very good attempt, sir, but you're very correct there, sir. Auburn Avenue is where Martin Luther King grew up, where his church that he pastored was also located, and of course, where we had a chance to go visit his gravesite. He started out preaching, as we all know, at Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Montgomery, Alabama. His history goes all the way up to almost the year 2000. Of course, we do celebrate today, the MLK holiday. And as you know, in between, from when he started as a young minister, working on the civil rights legislation, to his famous speech in Washington, I Have a Dream speech, to the points in which, unfortunately, he had to go to jail a few times to stand up for our rights, rights that we all enjoy, to him advocating with his mentor there. Who's this guy in this picture? Who?
Andy.
All right. As you know, Martin Luther King was born January 15, 1929. He had to fight an old law that was put in place under a famous legal case known as Plessy versus Ferguson, which set up by our top court in this country, the United States Supreme Court, the notion of segregation, meaning black people and white people had to live together. They couldn't have the same accommodations. And that went on from the 1890s up until 1950. Martin Luther King also, as a child, obviously grew up with a period of segregation in Atlanta, Georgia. But as a young man, he went to the Booker T. Washington High School, and ultimately, as you know, what college did he go to?
Martin Luther King, International, I forgot the name.
What school did you visit?
The International, Chapel, International.
Okay, he went to International Chapel, but he went to a college in particular. What was the name of that college? You met a young man named Chambers Jones, who was standing outside. There's a statue of Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King International Chapel. I can't.
The chapel was Martin Luther King International Chapel on the campus of Spelman, Morris Brown, Morehouse College. That's where we were.
Oh, yeah. When you said Moore, I remember Morehouse.
And I'm trying to stand in the way so y'all couldn't see. He got into Morehouse College. How old was he when he went to Morehouse?
Well, he was 15.
All right. And how old are you when you go to high school?
18.
No. How old are you when you go to high school?
16.
When you're in the 9th grade, how old do you think you'll be?
About 13.
No.
14.
To 15 years old. So Martin Luther King went and started college when he was 15. So that meant that he should have been in high school. The time period in which he started college, he actually was starting the same time you would have started if you were in high school. Of course, you know the history. He graduated from Morehouse as a young man and went on to Theological Seminary in Pennsylvania. And after he had a chance to hear two ministers preach about the life and teaching of Mahatma Gandhi, he began to study Gandhi very seriously. Why do you think Gandhi is important to Martin Luther King or anyone else?
Because Gandhi went against the Jim Crow laws and the segregation laws.
Okay, Gandhi went against laws in his country that were similar to the laws in our country at the time. You mentioned Jim Crow and segregation. Gandhi had to deal with similar things in terms of his people in the country of India being segregated or separated against. What is the principle that Gandhi preached?
He preached it's not right for the widows or any person who is kept under control, treated without civil rights. He said it is not right.
Do you think Gandhi believed in picking up a gun?